Hey everybody, it's Randy with Carchaeology, and I am off on an adventure this morning. And this is going to be a 2-day turnaround trip. I'm actually traveling up to near Reno, Nevada to chase a very special car, because kind of that's what I do. So every now and then the opportunity presents itself to get out of Dodge or Mercedes or whatever car it is I'm working on, and I'm taking that opportunity with this particular one. So this is another Myers-Manx Dune Buggy, something I've been doing an awful lot with, but this is one of what is thought to be one of 3 that have the options on it that it has. So it's extraordinarily rare, an opportunity I absolutely can't pass up to be involved with, and so I am hitting the dusty trail to go and see and drag this thing out of where it is. And I'm going to take you guys with me, so come along, let's dig them up and drive them. This is what Carchaeology is all about. So I landed at Circus in Reno for the night and got online and made some connections. One of those connections turned into this amazing, very rare AMF Manx Dune Buggy pedal car. Now I've only seen this in photos, and now I've got one coming home with me on the truck. After a walk through the casino and a good night's sleep, I woke up, had a cup of coffee, looked out the window, and then got on the road. Now, during the night, I had received a message from an owner of a very rare Myers-Manx that happened to be 15 minutes away, so I got on the road to go check this out. Now, this wasn't planned, but I had been in communication with this guy, but realizing I was so close, even though it was slowing up my day, I absolutely had to go take a look at this. So this is a Myers-Manx 1. And what's special about this particular one is the color of the car. This tag that's down below here, that shows not only the production information, but it also ends with 2 little letters, DD. Now that DD designation was a special thing that Myers put in for cars that had a diamond dust gel coat finish. Now, there's only 3 diamond dust cars known. There's only one of them done in this particular Jubilee color, and this one is a very original survivor buggy with all of its original stuff. It's on the registry, it's got its tags, it's got the right taillights, it's got the right emblems, it's got everything. So I checked that thing out, spoke with the owner about it. We may or may not do some business in regards to that car later on, but I certainly am glad I stopped to check it out. I also managed to score some wheels for one of my dune buggy projects from the guy as well. From there, I took off to go pick up the prize, the other one-off Myers-Manx. But I couldn't help myself when I got to this place and saw his yard full of amazing treasures. So first I wandered around, looked at all the cool old trucks, interesting old cars, and all sorts of forgotten dreams that were out there in his yard. One of the cars that really struck my interest was this 1931 Chrysler. It had an extended body on it, must have been a hearse or something like that. Had a very interesting opening divider between the driver and the back compartment. It was a bizarre, very strange looking, horrible condition car, but I'd love to find out the history of it. After walking through the yard, seeing all of the wonderful patina and cool little details and trying my best not to buy anything, we ended up working our way out front to where he had this Myers-Manx waiting for me. So this is a Manx 1 that was originally blue in color. You can see that original blue gel coat on the inside. What makes it rare is this rear box, the side boxes, and this top that they call the Surrey top. Now, from my research, looking around, I think this may be the only one that actually has all three of these camping pods as well as the Surrey roof installed. It's an all-original Survivor buggy, not in the best shape, but very complete. It's got the appliance pacer wheels on it, very similar to the ones that I just picked up from this other guy. It's a genuine Manx. It's got the little tape mark there in the bottom. It's what they would call a pre-tag Manx, so this would have been produced prior to March of 1968. And literally, it's the only one of these that I have ever seen. I've seen photos of these, but I've never had a chance to put hands on one. So the little rear opens up, the wood door is original. That'd be a great spot to put your camp stove and other little goodies. The side pods are perfect for your tent and camping gear. And that Surrey roof covering over everything on the top is really nuts. And here you can see some original literature showing those Myers-Manx items. Again, absolutely rarest of the rare when it comes to Myers-Manx stuff. This thing popped up on the internet and the whole Manx Club world absolutely tripped out over it because nobody's ever seen one. The guy was very quiet about his plans with it. In fact, the original or the owner of it was not the poster of it. He's a real private cat. But he was watching the comments and he ended up contacting me to see if I would be interested in being the one to take it out of there. And I couldn't pass up that opportunity. So loaded up the car, aimed on out of there, and started the road trip on home. Well, that was awesome. This is certainly one of the rarest Myers-Manx cars that I have ever seen. It's one of perhaps 3 known that have the camping boxes, and I think it may be the only one that's got the Surrey top, or maybe one of 2, I don't know. So altogether, it's a one of a kind. And like the buggy that I saw earlier today with the diamond dust paint, also a one of a kind. And picking up the little dune buggy pedal car, which there's just a handful of that we found so far. It's been an amazing trip of chasing dune buggy rarities. And while none of this stuff is coming home with me to the lab, that's fine. I don't need to have everything. I certainly don't need another project. But I'm happy to use the connections that I've got to help others find homes for their stuff. And that's what I've done in this situation. And I got a good trip out of it as well. And it's been fun to bring you along. So anyway, I've got a lot of desert to drive across to make it back to California. It's starting to get a little bit dark out there. Sun is dropping. So I'm definitely going to be running way late into the night. Let's see how far we get before my eyes just cannot stay open. And home.